It's 40 degrees in December, it's rainy, and it's a wonderful day to work in the garage. Oh, I'm excited. Let's get rolling on this thing. Let's take her apart. Hey guys, this is John. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're gonna work on this Colnago today. We're gonna tear it down, start cleaning it up. We're gonna work on the hubs. And then the next video, we're gonna be building it all back up. And I wanna welcome you on my quest to sound less and less like a game show host as I do these videos. So if you bear with me on that, I would appreciate it. So the question is where to start with this thing. You know, I think I'm just gonna start taking her apart and we'll go from there. Well, it turns out this thing is Space 126 and it had a 5-speed on it. Now, for some reason, this thing had a 5-speed freewheel on it, which is kind of silly. Here it is here, and it's Space 125, so we're in good luck there. I don't have the hubs here; they're at the base in the basement where I was working on them. I should measure the axle, make sure we have the 6-speed axle in there. If not, I have the right axle. These cables are all barred up. I gotta get rid of them. Look at that. That baby's on there. Gently. Wow. 40 years of doing this, never had that. Guys, never lose this. Sometimes those ferrules are hard to find. I feel like I just did this with the Schwinn Paramount. So for this one, I don't have to worry about breaking the clamp like I did before. Your braze on, baby, braze on. Ooh, cruddy. All right, we got some cleanup work to do. Ah, yeah, came off. Oh! Look at my floor, guys. Can you see my floor? You don't want to lose stuff on that floor. It's easy to lose stuff on that floor. Oh, nice and easy. Sweet. Let's see what we got here. Looks like we got a patent 78. Are those titanium? I think they might be. Let's check out these dust caps. These actually look like they're in good shape. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I was going to round it out. That baby did not want to come off. Not in bad shape. There are times I actually had to put penetrating oil right in here. I might have to do it on this one. Let's see. Oh, nope, came right up. Smooth, but a lot of resistance. Can't wait to see those bearings. Don't forget to take out that washer. I don't know if you've ever done that before. If you ever tried pulling your crank while the washer's still in there, you can tear the threads right out of the crank. Because that washer won't allow it to be removed. So always make sure you get that washer. And always thread it in carefully. Always thread it carefully. Way too easy. Whoop, that's not good. This is what I call index cranks. It's like index shifting, just with your bearings. Oh, this feels awful. I'm not looking forward to seeing what's in there. There's actually a guy on the forums who I respect a lot. He says, why don't you have a Campanello toolkit? And the truth is, I can never afford one. You know, maybe as of late I might be able to, but I've been doing this for years on a shoestring budget. And now I've got a couple dollars as I get older. I'm considering one. The threads feel smooth. That's good news. Ready to see this mess? Ready? Well, doesn't look as bad as I thought. We'll check that out later. I'm gonna put my little cheater in here so I can save my knuckles. This is an Italian bottom bracket, which means it has a right-handed thread, so lefty-loosey. Ready? All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. Trash the shirt. It's an imprint of a headset. Coming out smooth. Ladies and gentlemen, it is headset time. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Huh. The bottom's turning and not the top. There we go. Let's see what she looks like. We're gonna have bearings falling all over, aren't we? No, we have cage bearings, boys and girls. Nice. This looks fresh. Woo, look at that. That's clean grease, guys. That is very clean grease. Well, I'm going to take it out just so we can polish everything, but yeah, no work at all. This is awesome. All right, let's get to work on this thing. Let's look over the frame. Let's clean this thing up. Let's use some polish, and we're also going to use a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Now, if you use one of those, use it very sparingly. Do not use it on decals. If you do, very lightly, especially on an Italian frame. This paint's not all that great. So let's see what we can do to this thing. Now, this doesn't look too bad, guys. The paint might be a little bit faded, which you'll see later. The lugs look great. Everything looks pretty clean. The decals are in amazing shape. The down tube here turns out to be a little discolored once I get it cleaned up, and you'll see that in a second. Yeah, bottom bracket has this weird fade right around where the cup goes. The chain stays, usual scratches, but your decal's in terrific shape. And of course, look at the braids work there. Just gorgeous with a, I don't know who made that drop out, but it's got a bent thingamabob. Yeah, this is pretty rough here. Trying to figure out what caused that. It looks like flux, like from when they were building it, and then they just painted it over. It just seemed kind of odd. Now, the worst part of the frame is this here, a little rust spot, probably caused by sweat and maybe someone's thighs rubbing against it. And yeah, I don't know how to take care of that. So if you have any comments, put it in the comments section below. Typical crowd around the bottom bracket. And check out that bike shop. Is it still in business? You can see the fading there where the front derailleur was. Beautiful Colnago decal. And of course, I need a new Columbus decal. First thing to do is loosen up the grease with a little clean streak. Okay, got some of that crud off. All right, well, you can see a lot of paint chips here. I'm gonna find some touch-up paint. Maybe I have to have someone make it. It's a pretty radical color. I'm gonna see if I can have someone make me some touch-up paint. If you have any solution for that, let me know if you have a source. Now, what you can see there is the original paint color. This has faded. So now I'm going to try a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Yeah, you're seeing the faded paint next to not so faded paint that was underneath the front derailleur. But yeah, It's okay. I'm telling myself that. It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Those who know my channel know what I'm talking about. Whoa. Okay, now that was magic. That cleaned up a lot. What a difference there. I don't know if you saw that happen, if the camera picked it up or not. But yeah, I think that did quite a bit. Let's try the brake bridge here. Oh, that took all that crud off. Let me show you again in slow-mo. This is working very, very well. That looks really good. All right, the bottom bracket here. I sprayed this earlier. Let's hit it one more time to wet it up a little bit. Get something pointy here. I don't scrub. This will go right through, so you gotta be really careful. Just gently kind of hit it. That's cleaning up nice. If there is a residue here, it might be from something else. Let's try that. Oh yeah, Mr. Clean, way to go. I love having the old dealer sticker on there. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna run over this thing with the Mr. Clean lightly, and then I'll hit it with polish. Yeah, this removes a lot of the small, imperfections. It really does. We don't have great lighting here. Let's see. Well, that cleans it up quite a bit, actually. Dropout's not in bad shape. Now, if you guys could tell what kind of chain that was that made that scraping right there, if you could tell what kind of chain it was, you could be on Classic Rendezvous. Because damn it, those guys are smart. Looks pretty good. Need a little bit of touch up here. A lot of touch up on the fork. Gotta find some yellow paint. Well, I think I got it polished up as much as I can. I would say this is a great 4-footer. You're 4 feet away, it looks perfect. Well, maybe 6-footer. Maybe 8-footer, whatever. But the decals look good, it presents itself well. I'm gonna do some touch up with this yellow. And I'm not sure if I know what shade of yellow that is. That's just good old Tesser's paint. If you know, let me know. I don't know, I don't think the Porsche yellow is accurate. I have that touch up paint. I would like to do some touch ups here. And I don't know, I need like a spray gun for this one, guys. I'm gonna need help on that. Maybe some of my painter friends could chime in the comments section or give me a call or an email. My email is in the description on the front page of my channel. You spam that, I will punish you. But you're more than welcome to get a hold of me. I'm excited, man, this is gonna look good. Well, it's the end of the day. We're gonna get out of here, out of the garage. We're gonna head home. Got a little dinner party tonight. It's Saturday night. Another couple coming over. Then after that is tomorrow is Sunday. We're gonna work on some wheels, tear those down, and see what they look like. So we'll see you in the basement. Still crappy out. We're in the old bicycle man cave. That used to be a showroom. Now it's for my little munchkin grandson. Look at this mess. So, yeah, we're gonna do a video on that bike, if you haven't seen it already. And this one here, got a little bit of a mess. Got a couple spots. Maybe we'll fill it in, make it look pretty. Okay, let's get these wheels apart. We're gonna take apart these wheels and check it out. Now, oddly enough, these things roll smooth. And they look like they're just rebuilt. So we'll take a look at that too. Look out. Well, I'll tell you what, I just took this rim off, as you saw me cut the spokes, but this thing is trashed. I mean, we're talking dings all the way around it. I didn't really realize that, and it's also out of round. Well, you know, I knew there's some radical spoke tensions on this thing, and now I know why. Hate to do it, guys. I think I'm gonna replace these rims. Now, I'm looking at this front wheel. It's not nearly as bad a shape, not even close, but the spokes are rusted, so those gotta go. Well, I think we gotta check the hubs. We gotta see if they need to be overhauled. Hey guys, you heard me mention the classic rendezvous Google group. I have never learned so much in such a short period of time. There's so much information there, wealth of knowledge and wisdom. Yeah, I would recommend checking it out. It smells fresh. Minty freshness. That's funny, I'm looking inside there. There's fresh green grease in here. And if I know the guy that sold it to me, he probably repacked them. Time to get to work. All right, we're not going to show the whole polishing, but honestly, I wanted to show you what I do. I just use a little bit of mother's chrome polish, some paper towels or regular rags, and then I go to town. That's really about it. Ooh. Well, if that's any indication of where we're going, this is going to be fun. All right, not looking bad, not looking bad. Well, it didn't turn out bad, but it didn't turn out great. Normally, I'm accustomed to these things almost looking new when I'm done. But you know, hey, this is from 1972. It looks fine. I'm excited. We'll get these laced up. Hey, those hubs turned out pretty good. I got the spokes, I got the hubs. I'm looking for some rims. So I got some feelers out. I love the rims that are on there. They're just too beat. So, you know, we're going to have to move on. Anyways, so we're in the garage. It's freezing cold outside. What do you do when you're on your own in your man cave? You clean bike parts. Of course you do. So let me show you what I got here. We'll get started. All right, as you can see, we got them all kind of spread out here. I think what I'm going to do is start with the crank and bottom bracket and work my way that way. We'll get these things polished, and then we'll put them on the bike probably in the next video. Well, guys, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me rub a bunch of bike parts down, but we'll do some before and afters. And honestly, this spindle is in really good shape. You got your usual scoring after 50 years of use. Once I get off all of the loose grease, I just hit it with the clean streak. We'll get the crud off, if there is any, and you'll be good to go. So what I do is I get rid of all the old crap. Make sure you get rid of all the old stuff in here. That keeps it from sitting flat. Make sure there's no debris. Of course, everything inside. And these bearing surfaces look wonderful. You know, typical wear, but nothing pitted. That's what I look for. I look for pits. Of course, I try to get the outside of the cups looking good too. All right, that's all done. Here's my next victim. Let's get this baby cleaned up. Bit of clean streak all the way around. A little bit of the mother's chrome polish on there. Give it a scrub. Looks pretty good. Well, this doesn't look too bad. I'm just going to give this a quick wipe down. There's some water spots on it. I'll put some, let's try the chrome polish. Ooh, no, this is pretty trashed. Let's get some chrome polish on there and see what happens. I like the mother's because it's only mildly abrasive. I mean, it's just minuscule, microscopically. You can't scratch anything with it. Oh, that worked. All right, let's do the whole crank. Well, that turned out pretty good. Pretty shiny. Let's put this thing back together. Unlike other bikes I've done, these parts have not turned out like super shiny perfect. And you know what, that's actually kind of cool, because this bike's a 78. It's got some years on it. And yeah, it's gonna show some wear that's not gonna come off. You know, some dirt and grime that's not gonna come off. That's okay. We're good. So you can see that staining right here around the big C, right in here, right? I'm gonna try a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and see what happens. Look at that. The Mr. Clean Magic Eraser took off everything. That's the ticket, boys and girls. That is so awesome. Woohoo! Oh, it's gonna look so good. It's really quiet in the garage. The wind's blowing like 30 miles an hour outside. It's 16 degrees. Who knows what the wind chill is? And this is just cozy. I only wish I could play music while I'm filming. I can't, you know, for obvious reasons. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Kind of your typical dirty crappiness. So we're gonna use some chrome polish, get that polished up, polish up all the parts, get her back together. We'll show you a before and after. Well, she came out looking wonderful. Not perfect, but this is the same brake. Now these little O-rings you could get replaced at a hardware store. I'm gonna do that. Pads are munched, so I'm gonna get some pads. I do have some. The chrome is worn there a little bit. But yeah, she cleaned up really well. Really pleased. Well, I left a little bit of a mess here. It's another day. The first order of business today is the rear derailleur. We're gonna just, we're not gonna take it fully apart. The spring is strong. What we're gonna do is just, you know, take off the pulleys, clean all that up. It doesn't need a lot of work. Might flush out the spring a little bit. But yeah, let's roll. Looks like this is titanium. Feels like it's titanium. It's easy to tell. You just tell by the hue of the metal. And it's actually in good shape. That is a 1978 derailleur. Some people just like to know. I'll be quite honest with you. And I don't care. I just lost a ton of street cred to some of you guys. I just don't care. Some people are really concerned about date codes. I want it to be correct if I can. But let's say if this derailleur is wrecked, I put a new derailleur on it, I wouldn't be looking for a 78. Even though the bike's a 78. As long as it's a similar generation, I'm in good shape. Now I've taken apart hundreds and hundreds of pulleys on old bikes. You can tell someone just kind of serviced this. Everything is clean, and you can tell there's like a fresh oil. This is a little dirty though. It's got a few rides on it. A bit of polish on that. This needs to be degreased. One thing I totally like about this Mr. Clean is with all these little grooves, you don't always get in there, but what happens is with this thing, it gets right in there and it pulls all the garbage out of those little slots, that little serration there. And effortless. Works really well. A bit of mothers on that. Just knock the camera. She's pretty. All right, onto the front derailleur. All right, this thing's pretty beat, pretty trashed, just dirty. I totally enjoy pulling bikes apart, cleaning them up, putting them back together, tuning them up, building wheels, all that stuff. The one thing I don't like, for some reason, is taking this thing apart. Maybe because of the little balancing act, the little act of God putting this thing back together with the spring. But honestly, maybe I'm overdoing it. But yeah, there's a lot of nooks and crannies. Hard to clean this thing up. Let's get this baby apart. This one's got the C-clamp that's got to come off. Don't lose that, boys and girls. I don't know if it's a standard size. That all comes off. Let's get this baby apart. Hey guys, I'm not going to make you suffer by watching this get polished, but I'll do a before and after, and you'll see how much better it looks. You can see why I don't like cleaning this stuff. Everything's tiny, everything's hard to get to, but we'll make it happen. First, you got to degrease everything. I think that's the most satisfying part of this whole mess. So here's the clamp. Here's a before, just on the clamp itself. I got the dirt off there, most of it anyway. I'm going to put a little polish on it and I'll show you what it does. Alright, here's after. Doesn't look awful. If you wonder if I took off any dirt, just look at my fingers. It's all over it. One of the things that people talk to me about in the comments section and personally, or if I'm at a show, is that they think I overdo it. There's a couple things going on when it comes to cleaning. One, there is dirt. That's basic. Dirt isn't sacred. Get rid of it. The next thing is tarnish. Now, tarnish is deep down discoloration of the aluminum because, you know, dirt and grease and everything entered the pores and it gives it this, you know, kind of a dull look. And that's, some people say you don't take that off. That's the age. Almost as if it's sacred. You know, and I totally understand it. I don't think tarnish is sacred. I think tarnish has to go. Why? It doesn't look as good. Does it really matter? Probably not. Probably not. It doesn't matter at all. But at the same time, it's not sacred. It didn't come on a derailleur tarnished, and darn it, I'm going to get rid of it if I can. And once again, it won't be perfect, but if you look, just a couple wipes makes it look pretty good. Now, the trick about the spring is the spring pushes this piece away. So you kind of have to play with it a little bit. You put the spring on, you have to make sure this little tab is on that side, on the outside of the cage, not on the inside. And so when you put this bolt in, it's got some friction because you have to spring the spring a little bit to get that thing through. A little bit of lubricant on the pivots, not a lot. I use just a light oil. Got the spring in there like that. This spring here gets pulled to about there when we're done. I have the C-clip, which not all the derailleurs have, matter of fact. This one's got one. And don't lose it. Bink, it's in there. And then we gotta take this spring and move it to the other side after you poke yourself with a screwdriver. Nope, I avoided that. Good. There we go. I'm going to put the limiting screws in. Now here's the after. Check it out. Wow, that came out pretty good. I'm digging it. I like it. Not perfect, but pretty darn close for 1,000 years old. So guys, when you're doing a shifter, just make sure you get all the crud out of the pivot points here. Any crud like you see there, that black, you want to take out because that causes undue friction and wear. And don't know if you'll feel it when you're shifting, but the cumulative, can I say that, effect is bad over time. So we'll get this baby nice and clean, get her back together. Well, the shifters are all set. I'm just going to clean up the headset. Got my hoods in, kind of happy about that. We just need some tape. Hey guys, listen, I'm just going to polish up this headset, then we're going to end this stinking video. I do have a question for all y'all, little southern lingo there. And the question I have is, how do you feel about the pace of the video, the background music? You know, I'm kind of catering it to maybe a little older clientele because I think we're all a little bit older according to the stats. Trying to keep the pace kind of more like comfort TV. Do you want to see more details, more how-tos as I do these things? What would make them less boring other than, you know, having my ugly mug in it? But leave your comments below, no matter how small, positive or negative. I want to hear them. And I would appreciate that. Let me take a moment to tell you what's coming up. You're going to see the next video is maybe the next video. There might be one in between. We're we're gonna finish building this bike. We're gonna put it up on the rack, and I'm waiting to hear your comments so I know how much detail to show. The next thing is we have a Raleigh, and I forgot which one it was. For Suntour Superb, AGC aero brakes from the early 80s. It's got the original Suntour Superb on it. Chrome head tube, pretty cool bike. We're gonna rebuild that. And also we have a bike I've had for a very long time. It's a, what the heck is it? It's a Jack Taylor touring bike, but it's built like a tandem. Some of you guys seen it. I did a video early on in my career here, maybe over 4 years ago, and there's 3 minutes long, not a lot of detail. I just didn't even know how to edit yet. Also too, we have a Trex 970 we're gonna rebuild. It's just, it was raced, it was in great, pretty okay shape, just trashed. It looks horrible. And then we have a Lotus Supreme that I've had for eons, but maybe a little derailleur content. No one's really seen it, so we're probably gonna do a little review on that, probably a short video. So any other ideas, let me know. I have, another one too. How do you guys feel about having a bicycle weigh off? See which one is the lightest one in the collection. I don't know if you guys give a rat's behind on it, but I'm a little interested. I'm kind of curious. So, hey, thanks for watching. Guys, have an excellent new year, and we'll see you really soon.